Today we count down the top 10 LSU Jabronis. In honorable mention, we gotta talk about Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. Before you start screaming at your TV, relax. We all know that Chase and Jefferson are two of the best wideouts on the planet. But this is the Jabroni list, and their crime is making every poor college defensive back look like they were running in flip-flops. They turned DBU into DB-Who in 3 hours or less. Plus, their touchdown celebrations are just pure Jabroni energy. Let's get to number 10. Paul Skins. The mustache, the 100-mile-per-hour fastball, the future MOB contract, and a dating life that gets more ESPN coverage than some actual games. True Jabroni moment? His relationship with Libby Dunn broke the internet before his rookie year even started. Dude threw a no-hitter in college and still had TikTok thirst traps stealing the headlines. He was a College World Series champ, #1 MLB draft pick, and already one of the most marketable athletes in baseball. Coming in at number 9, Leonard Fournette. Looked like a man amongst boys in college, then decided to wear a hoodie under his pants in the NFL and get fined for it. True Jabroni Monet took a fine, laughed it off, and said the hoodie was for comfort. That's pure Fournette Jabroni energy. He was one of the most dominant college running backs of the last 20 years and a Super Bowl champion with the Tampa Bay Bucks. Coming in at number 8, the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. The Honey Badger because he really didn't care about team rules. Jabroni moment, dismissed from LSU after multiple failed drug tests, then arrested for marijuana possession, still made it to the NFL and became an All-Pro. He turned his career around completely, Super Bowl champion, and probably one of the smartest defensive players in the game. Number 7, Pete Maravich, Pistol Pete, the basketball's original showman, running plays his coach didn't even call because he was bored. True Jabroni moment, once scored 69 points in a game without a three-point line. Imagine the numbers if he played in the Steph Curry era. Still, he's one of the NCAA's all-time leading scorers, Hall of Famer, and one of the most creative players in basketball history. Coming in at number 8, Booger McFarland, two-time Super Bowl champ turned Monday Night Football chaos merchant. The man called games from a cherry picker like he was fixing stadium lights. True Jabroni moment. One suggested a team intentionally committed penalties to run down the clock while millions watched live. He was a great player, entertaining personality, and an unintentional meme factory. Coming in number 5, the Mad Hatter, Les Miles, a man who ate grass from the field like it was fine dining. True Jabroni moment. Regularly pulled bizarre in-game decisions out of nowhere, and somehow they worked often enough to win a national championship. He won the 2007 title, kept LSU nationally relevant for a decade, and gave us some of the most entertaining press conferences in college football history. Coming in at number 4, Jamarcus Russell. Cannon arm, zero effort, the NFL's most famous bust and LSU's most expensive alumni experiment. True Jabroni moment. Raiders gave him a blank tape labeled game film to test him. He returned to them saying, "Yeah, I watched them. They were literally empty." Despite all the haters, he was still a national champion, Sugar Bowl MVP, and one of the most physically gifted quarterbacks to ever play at LSU. Coming in at number 3, Joe Burrow. Cigar-smoking, shade-wearing, self-proclaimed Joey B. Wanted all immediately started dressing like an NBA tunnel walk model. True Jabroni Morin showed up to the White House in a white turtleneck and gold chain after the Natty. Looked like a James Bond villain's little brother. Joe was the Heisman winner, national champion, and already one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Coming in at number 2, Shaq Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, the Diesel, the big Aristotle, the man who made breaking backboards an actual career skill. True Jabroni moment, once blew out his shoe mid-game, then blamed the manufacturer on live TV. His free throws were so bad they should have been sponsored by the lottery. Shaq was an NBA legend, 4-time champ, Hall of Famer, amazing DJ, and one of the most entertaining personalities in sports history. And before we get to the number 1 Jabroni, don't forget you can rep your own Jabroni pride with our official Jabroni All-Star merch. We've got shirts, mugs, and gear, so you can show the world your questionable life choices in style. Now, grab yours at jabroniallstar.com. Alright, let's get back to the countdown. Number 1 is Odell Beckham Jr., one of the most electric receivers alive, and also the guy who handed out cash to the LSU players on the field in front of cameras after the 2019 Natty. True Jabroni moment, LSU tried to claim the money was fake. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. He was a Super Bowl champion, a highlight reel machine, and a Tiger through and through. Even if he occasionally brings their own NCAA violations to the party, he's still an all-time Jabroni legend. And that's the list. 10 Tigers who've given us trophies, highlight reels, scandals, and stories that will keep LSU fans talking for decades. They're bat moves forever and Jabronis for life.